We have to go into the depths of Cars lore in order to find where this Nigel Gearsley paint job appears. You guys might be wondering, well, Mr. Dockett, you've done a bunch of World Grand Prix Racer customs in the past, and didn't they all come from that mobile game Cars Fast as Lightning? And you'd be exactly right, but Nigel was actually excluded from that game along with Jeff Gorvette, Lewis Hamilton, and Rip Klitschkonski, which is kind of strange to me considering they put in one of the international racers, Longa, who doesn't even appear in most versions of Cars 2. So that does leave us with the question, where does this Nigel appear? You guys remember the DS, or maybe even the 3DS, but Nigel here actually predates the 3DS. He's in the Nintendo DS Cars 2 game, which is crazy. I used to grind on the DS and the 3DS. Some of my best gaming childhood memories are in those handheld devices. But yeah, it's crazy. The DS Cars 2 game actually includes some really cool exclusive paint jobs for Shoot to the Roki, McQueen, Finn McMissile, Nigel, Shoot to the Roki. I already mentioned him. Carlo Veloso maybe? No, Raul Cerul I think might be in the game as well with some interesting paint jobs. But the World Grand Prix racers that really stand out in my mind with paint jobs are Nigel and Shu, because Shu has like a cherry blossom one and like a waves design. Nigel has this one, the Union Jack, and also a tartan design. And as you can see here with the image from the game, it's very low quality, very pixelated because it is, from a DS game that is now like 14 years old, 15 years old. And that's why I think a lot of these paint jobs are overlooked. I don't really think any of them are that amazing, except I do like the Union Jack one here, obviously. I think all the Cars Fastest Lightning ones, though, are much better. And maybe it's just because, like I said, it's pixelated. We can't really discern some of the details about it. But, hey, this one's pretty simple. I think we got all the details down for this guy. And Shane Cooper, the customizer, was able to translate him in the diecast form spectacularly. And so, yeah, let's dive right into it here with my first ever Nigel Gearsley video game custom. And I'm trying to spread the love, guys. I really am. I know I've done 2 Carlo Velosos now, and I could easily have done 2 Francescos, 2 Shoes. There's a lot of great options for those between the Cars 2 video game and the Cars Fastest Lightning game, but I really want to spread the love. So that's why I did a Nigel. And in a couple weeks here, you'll also see a Lewis Hamilton custom that I did. That's actually a completely original design, not from any game, because unfortunately, he doesn't actually have any alternate designs, and neither does Rip or Jeff Gorvette, which I definitely would like to get some customs done of them too. But anyways here, Union Jack Nigel Gearsley. He's got the Union Jack painted on him from hood to roof to the back to the doors here. He does still have the World Grand Prix logo here on the side, number 9, with the Great Britain / United Kingdom flag behind him. Now, what I love about how Shane did this car is that he actually painted the wheels red. And I mean, they don't even look painted. They look pristine, but I assume he would have had to paint these. He did use a Chinese version of Nigel, though, as you can see by the base. Maybe use no, I don't know what he would have used, to be honest, to get these red wheels. He had to have painted them, but they provide a great element of contrast with the green. So I'm really happy that I went with that. And the shade of green is actually a little different from usual Nigel. And I will also do a comparison here in a moment. But yeah, he looks tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Got the World Grand Prix text there on his wing. And on the back, very similar decals to Cars 2 Nigel, powered by Allmel, World Grand Prix, Great Britain flag, and the World Grand Prix emblem with the 9 and the flag behind it. Now, this design very easily could have been like Great Britain flag Nigel or United Kingdom flag Nigel, because we know that in the Fastest Lightning mobile game, they really like to do those types of paint jobs with French flag, Raul Cerul, and Spain flag Miguel here. This is basically like a German version of Max Schnell. They call this one Empire Max Schnell, but really, I mean, it could very easily have been called German flag Max Schnell. They did I don't think they don't call it Italy flag, Francesco, but it's basically what that would be. And then they did do a Japanese flag version of Shu Todoroki, which I did not get a custom of yet. But yeah, let's compare him now to the regular version of Nigel. And Nigel's not been released in a while, unless I'm losing my mind. But I would love to see him back at this point. I'd love to see a bunch of the World Grand Prix racers back who they've really gotten away from over the last couple years. But you can see how the shades of green are different, which again, I like. Provides a different element of contrast between, previous versions of him and this custom. And also, it feels like Kelly green. Like, this is probably more of like British racing green. This feels like a Kelly green, Philadelphia Eagles type of green. It looks really good. Got pretty much the same expression. And on the side here, he's got the World Grand Prix emblem on both. And on the back here, like I said, very similar, but slightly different in terms of sizing and spacing, positioning. Taillights are also a little bit different. That's because Shane Cooper created all these decals from scratch, like the headlights down to the taillights and obviously the Union Jack. So yeah, he looks fantastic. Definitely one of the more like tame designs in terms of my World Grand Prix customs. I mean, you look at the Monkey King Longa. He's got so much going on, so many colors. This maybe is not quite up to that, but still, just elegant, simple, and definitely moves the needle for me. And yeah, we're just going to show him alongside a couple other versions of Nigel throughout the years, like Carnival Nigel Gearsley here. Actually, a pretty rare version of him because he was included in that infamous second wave that did not get much distribution. But yeah, this is actually an underrated version of him. I love the lime green tires and the wing. But unfortunately, that's not even close to some of the better versions of Nigel, like the carbon version here with the carbon fiber strips down his hood and roof. I think the best part about him, though, is that he's got this unique expression looking off to his left. And they started even doing that with the Ice Racer version of him where he's looking off to his right here. So they've done several versions of Nigel with different expressions, and I appreciate that. He's always kind of had the same mouth, but they've changed up his eyes multiple times. Took till that Ice Racer version, though, because the neon version here... Oh, you know what? He used the neon version. Oh my god, it clicked. That's wild. Yeah, he never told me that he used the neon version. I just say, like, here are the customs I want. Here's, the information. And he just goes out and gets them, bakes the cost of the donor car into my final price. So I never really know what he ends up using. Like, he could have used the Carnival version for all I know, but now it makes sense because those wheels look pristine. Like, they did not look like they were touched. And I know Shane Cooper usually does that. He makes things look pristine and untouched. But yeah, no, now it makes sense, though. I'm sure you guys probably were screaming at me in the comments like, he used the neon version, you dum-dum. It's like, what the hell, guys? Sorry, I didn't know. Here you have the silver version of him, which is also really nice. Lots of silver. Lots of silver. All right, so that's all I have for you guys. Let me know in the comment section below, out of all of these World Grand Prix paint jobs, who is your favorite? We kind of have quite the squad now. I mean, we got a couple versions of Carla, as you guys have seen throughout my reviews on the channel. We got Monkey King Longa, who's got to be one of my favorites. Raul, Piotr Racinov, the Fast as Lightning exclusive character. Spain Flag Miguel, Umpire Max Schnell. Hot Rod Francesco over here. That one's a Cars 2 video game one, but not the DS version. All right, guys. Thanks as always for watching. Really appreciate it. Oh, wait. I have to show you guys Union Jack Ramon. Even though there's no comparison at all, it's just kind of cool that there are two Union Jack characters now with Union Jack paint jobs. I just thought that was fun. So I'll leave it at that. Bye now.